We've received quite a few questions from folks already about a bill called HR1. That's actually Senate Bill 1 as well. It radically changes everything about the election structure in America. So it legalizes some things like, well, the first thing it does is it federalizes elections. And some people will say, so what? Well, constitutionally, we have state-driven elections. That's what makes us different in that, and our systems are a little bit different. They run elections different in Alaska than they do in Hawaii or Oklahoma or New York State, because of our regional differences on that. But we have constitutional protections to make sure every person is allowed to be able to vote. We should have zero voter suppression. Every person that's eligible to vote should be voting, and I encourage them to be able to do that. That's part of our republic, to be able to be engaged in that as an adult and to be able to do it. So please do engage in that. But there are some challenges that are in this particular bill with HR1, and I adamantly oppose it. First of all, it launches something called ballot harvesting. It allows you to be able to get a ballot to a third person and they go deliver it for you. What does that mean? Well, it sets up mail-in ballots for every state. That's just required across the country. So ballots are mailed to people, or applications are mailed to people, whatever system they set up. They actually have somebody that maybe works for a political party or a candidate. They'd show up at your door and they would say, can I turn your ballot in for you? Most people would say, I haven't filled it out yet. And they'd say, well, come to the porch and let's just fill it out together and then I'll take it in for you. The problem is when you take it in for someone, you don't really know if it got turned in. You don't know if on the way they changed it. Right now, our system is you turn it into a county official when you actually vote or at your voting precinct, or you put it in the United States mail. And so you're actually handling it yourself and you have an official person that's carrying it, not a campaign official that's actually handling it. This is actually, excuse me again, we actually had an election in North Carolina that was kicked out a couple of years ago because there was ballot harvesting that was happening. House Bill 1 and Senate Bill 1 on this actually changed it to allow that everywhere in the country to be able to allow ballot harvesting. It takes away all voter ID in the country. So what we have in the state, that you've got to show some kind of ID, you can show a library card or a driver's license or an electric bill or anything, something with your name on it. This would prohibit that you could never do voter ID on anyone. You could do a signature if you actually got it, but you can't do any kind of signature challenge on it at all. In fact, that's absolutely prohibited. There's lots of issues with this bill that you look at and go, it basically removes all protections for every single state and would dramatically change what we're doing in our elections. I will absolutely oppose that bill and do see a major problem with it.